Hi everyone, Angelina back again with another pick a card reading. This one is on how to find love, and yeah, I actually find that quite interesting because then you get to see what you still have to do, let go of, and so on and so forth, in order to find love. And I also added a card because I used a spread for this, and I added one card to see what the outcome is going to be if you actually do all that stuff. Three choices, and I felt they all needed to have clear quartz for some reason. So the numbers 1, that's that one. For the numbers 2, that's this one. Numbers 3, that's a Brazilian laser, that's yours. So please make your choice. If need be, then take your time, pause the video, and I'm going to start. Numbers 1. I can never really understand why there is this blue glow. I've seen it before, and I always thought it was my car, which was blue, but that car is gone. And my car, the one I have now, is black. So I just don't understand. Anyhow, we're going to look at your cards. This one is the first one. And it's, let me see, it represents you and the issues that are surrounding you. And then we have Nuit, expansiveness. And this is about thinking in possibilities and not in limitations, right? And seeking, so in that sense, also seeking solutions to stuff, not having tunnel vision, not staying stuck, and having a certain curiosity and wonder, and because that's expansive, right? That brings expansiveness, and because then you want to venture out. And going out there and trusting and all that stuff. And you either are there or this is what you need to learn, right? And so then you are stuck and you're not doing anything much and you're not venturing out there, and you're not really thinking in possibilities, but more like having all these yeah buts, I can't do that because, and stuff like that, right? And it comes down to, in a way, just trusting as well, because this is also about just getting on with it, knowing that you do not need to have everything or know everything, or what the exact outcome is going to be before you take action. It's about actually trusting, going with the flow, and just taking the first steps, and the rest will become clear as you are moving, right, or taking action. So either you have already done that or you still have to do that, right? Because that will then, if you are not doing that, if you're not like that, then it likely will not help your love life and finding love. That was the first one. Right. This is the second position from that spread that I'm using. And this is about behavioral patterns that are influencing your love life. So basically what you should change in your behavior. We have the devil, the guardian, and the star, And the devil, that makes me think that you are indeed not really moving ahead, like what I mentioned with the goddess card, Nuit, that you are limiting yourself, and that you actually are stuck in some way or other. And this is behavior. I now suddenly don't know how to pronounce that anymore. Behavioral patterns. I hope that's correct. Anyhow, because of the devil card, right? And that it is possible that you actually feel that it's up to your future partner to kind of liberate you. That is when you meet him or her, then things will start to work out, and then you will be on your path, and then in a way you actually make someone else responsible for your own happiness, and you're not taking action, which actually came up with Nuit, right? Not taking action because you're waiting to first know or be this, that, or the other, and right, and as opposed to just going. And the devil can also, of course, be your own thoughts and fears. And if you indeed are deep down kind of waiting for your lover to be your rescuer, and then you actually are having limiting thoughts and beliefs and all that stuff, because you can do yourself whatever it is you want to have or be or do, right? You do not have to wait. You don't need anyone else to rescue you, to be your savior. And it's really important to follow your own inner knowing and your calling, because I do think you feel that calling, but in spite of that, you are still not moving. And sometimes you just fear things that you don't really need to fear. I mean, look at this is a bear skeleton. Look at it. Can it actually hurt you? Can it stop you? Can it do anything? No, it can't even move because there's no muscles, right? And so basically, if you kick it, it falls apart and then it's gone. And it's just a heap of bones and you can walk past it. And so it's in a way breaking down, tearing down your own limiting beliefs and thoughts and making someone else responsible for your happiness by waiting. Start taking action. That is actually really important. And concerning your love life then, right? And maybe there's other things that do not have to do with your love life directly, but that you put on hold because you think, I can't do it yet because I'm alone and I haven't got support and whatever. And that you think, well, as soon as I finally have a partner, then I can do that, right? Yeah, it might actually turn out that it works the other way around. That once you start doing it and start taking action steps, that you then meet that lover. So that's something worth thinking about. And let's see, we go to the next position, which is areas that need further growth in order for you to find love. So this is what needs growth. That's the in default tarot, the Justice. I always have to think justice, judgment. I always mix it up. Justice card. And this is about balance. And as above, so below, right? Having a good balance. So also balance and a connection between head and heart. And having healthy boundaries. So maybe you need to work on that. Grow that, because this is what needs to grow further, right? And when you have healthy boundaries in the love area as well, then you also know and are able to also say that you deserve better when something is up. I'll just put that away because of the glare. Especially in relationships, we need solid, strong, healthy boundaries. And often you see, and especially women, that they have boundaries in every other area of their life. But when it comes to love, then all of a sudden everything goes, right? They don't have boundaries anymore, and they let go of their standards as soon as they meet someone because they're afraid to lose him. And then then you basically lower yourself. And that's just not good. And this is about knowing to not do that. Even if you may feel inclined to do it, that you still have that strong self-esteem and boundaries on the inside, that you still say no, because I deserve better. And that can be very important, and that still needs work, apparently, because that's what comes up, right? Righty, then we go to the next. Right, this is the area that you need to change or process in order to find love. Yeah. Sorry, I have to check on my piece of paper where I wrote down all these positions, and I wrote it down in a bit of a chaotic way. But so this is what you need to change or process in order to find love. And then we have the Empress in this deck, the Green Woman. This is a deep, authentic, feminine energy, and being able to take care of yourself, to look after yourself, to be nice to yourself, to have this healthy self-esteem as well as a woman, and balanced and happy, and also knowing that you can be all that, and that you can be soft and feminine and loving and caring and still have boundaries, so you don't get taken advantage of, right? Because that can happen if you are really open and soft and welcoming and all that stuff. But if you really are empowered as a woman, that will not happen. You will not allow that to happen, because you also have your self-esteem and you know your worth. And so that, and that still needs to, I think, for most change or process. I think it's something you need to process still for most of you. And if you're not in this energy at all yet, then the other one, the change, might be more applicable. But I think for most it's more processing, that it actually is possible to be so open and loving and nurturing as a woman and still have this inner strength. And that inner strength is phenomenal. It really is. Yeah. The next one. Righty, this is the area that needs to be liberated within yourself to allow love into your life. And then we have the Nine of Cups and the King of Cups. Suddenly we are in the realm of emotions. So what you need to liberate within yourself? Well, basically, again, believing in yourself, believing that it is possible for you to have a wonderful relationship, which was also part of the star card, actually. The wish is coming true, knowing that your wish is going to come true. And this is also the wish card. So knowing that it is possible, that and that for you as well, and radiating you, the real you. And so also your inner peace and your inner joy and happiness, and it's radiating out. And this is very attractive. This is very, very appealing. So that's what you have to liberate and show, and in order to allow love into your life. Meaning, it has to be authentic. You have to truly feel that way and be that way. So you have to be that happy, generous, loving, caring person, but still have boundaries, right? And because you have your inner strength, you're very together, you're very balanced. You can even stand on one leg in that stream, right? So in the middle of chaos, you can still be balanced. You're in control of your emotions. You can support yourself. You're able to take care of yourself emotionally. You don't need anyone when you're in this position to fill a void on the inside. You can do it yourself. And yeah, basically that's really very important. And then your last card, what you're going to get if you do all that or achieve all that, the Two of Cups. Wow, that's a very good card. Attraction. This could be a twin flame relationship, can also be just a really good, healthy soulmate relationship. It is equal. It's an equal relationship. It's an equal give and take. There's harmony, there's balance. You work as a team and not, there's no competition. It's a wonderful union where you both just really complement one another and can be yourself. So that's what you can get, which is absolutely wonderful. So this is all I have for you. Thank you for watching. And then I'm moving to the numbers 2. Right, numbers 2 for you. This is the first position in the spread that I'm using, and it represents you and the issues that are surrounding you. Then we have Pele, purpose, Hawaiian goddess of the volcano there. So it's a very fiery energy, very passionate, and can also be restless in that sense. And this is about creating something new, taking action, not hiding and hesitating, balancing emotional extremes, right? Because this is really very fiery. And thinking clearly about your next steps. It also says it's time to uncover your purpose. I get a sense with this that maybe you are feeling somewhat restless, maybe even bored with where you are, and you want action, you want to go out, and that is represented by this. And it's of course good to use that energy to create something new, but still think about it, right? Don't just jump into just whatever, right? And because that can happen if this fire is burning too hard, right? You don't want to get burned by that either. So I think this is the situation you're in, the way you are feeling. Or likely also the circumstances around you that trigger that in you. For some, it might be possible that it actually is the circumstances you're in that have triggered this in you. That it's not really your innate energy to be this way, but that right now you really feel like I want to just get out of this situation, and I want to move, I want to take action, I want to create something new. That is very well possible. So we're going to go to the next 2 cards. Ready, this is about the behavioral patterns that are influencing your love life. We have the 10 of Cups and we have the Hermit. Both actually really very positive cards, and the 10 of Cups is very favorable in a love reading, of course. But still, I get a bit of a different feeling from this. I'm sorry. All these cups here in the waterfall. And so there's a lot of opportunities and for you. And this again is also about following your inner purpose, your higher purpose, your own path in life. But I get the sense that you, when it comes to love right now, and that's then because of this very fiery energy, you are possibly too hasty, not giving something the chance to develop. It's basically a few drops in one of the cups and you're off again to the next one. A few drops in it, you're off again. You're not giving it the chance to develop. You need to allow for some depth. In a way, kind of counter that fire from Paley. And because you can get something good, I do think. Because it is a very positive card, and the Hermit isn't bad either. But if you walk away from something too soon, before it even had a chance to, then you might actually not do yourself a favor at all. And you might also even hurt other people in the process. It might, so I would advise you to slow that down a little bit, give it some more time, and really then tune into your inner wisdom, your inner knowing, your inner guidance, to really feel what that is telling you, what that inner voice is telling you about that person or that situation, and don't let yourself be too much guided by this burning fire, the desire to have something new and to create, and so dim it a little bit. Right. This in a way explains a lot. This is about the areas that need further growth in order for you to find love. And then we have the 3 of Swords, and we have the 8 of Swords. And I think you still have to work through something that has happened. Likely in the arena of love. A broken heart, a relationship that fell apart, maybe you got cheated on, or something that you thought was your dream relationship fell apart because it turned out to not be that, and that can take a lot of time and to get over and to transmute. If that's not the case, then it's something else that you still need to work through that has hurt you tremendously, and then it's likely something from your childhood, right? So if you haven't had a relationship, or you haven't had a relationship fall apart in a bad way, then it's something else, but it was very painful, and you haven't completely healed from that yet. So you need to heal. Also, if you are jealous, I'm going to mention that as well, because that is also part of this card's message, even though I haven't mentioned that yet. Pele can be very, very jealous. And so if you have a tendency to be jealous, then that actually is a self-esteem issue. Not believing in yourself, not thinking you are worthy, and that kind of stuff. And then you tend to get jealous. If you really have strong self-confidence, then you are not so prone to feeling jealous. Or even if you would, then you could deal with it differently, right? And not be consumed by those feelings. And the 8 of Swords struggle. Well, she's alone. She feels attacked. Maybe that's something that you have experienced as well. And usually with the 8 of Swords, that is something that you are perceiving yourself. And it's not real. It doesn't really happen. You're not really attacked or anything. You just easily perceive things that way. And that's also something to do with self-esteem and self-love and knowing your worth, etc., etc. So if you do easily feel that people are out to get you, or or take things personally, then try to teach yourself to just, I always hate to say that because I don't like it myself either, this count to 10 thing. You never do in the moment, do you? But that is what it comes down to just step away from the situation and to think, are you actually really being personally, attacked, right? Was it meant personally, or did you only feel it was, right? can be very, very healthy to try and do that. You can learn a lot from it. So this is these areas really need growth, and really have to work on these things if you want to find a great partner. This is the area that you need to change or process in order to find love. And then we have the Six of Swords and the Queen of Cups. And with the Six of Swords, then that's leaving something behind that doesn't serve you anymore, something from the past, something that weighed heavy on you, and then moving to a place that is more stable and towards happier times. And that is a process. That might take time if you are still in a way going through this, right? Then it will take time to get here so you can move to another place. And then with the Queen of Cups, there is being loving again, feeling love. And being loving, I mean not that you are supposed to be loving to other people, I mean be love from the inside out, right? So you feel love, and you also for yourself. And this is also then the Queen of Cups, that you come to trust your heart again and your intuition, and that you can take care of yourself, of your emotions, and you're then going to be really very attractive too when you reach that place on the inside, because then you radiate it out as well. And that's something that still then needs to grow, and I feel that will then help balance this energy, because I feel for most of you this is not your natural energy or state of being. It doesn't feel like that. Some of you maybe, but I feel for most of you that is actually not your true energy. I feel you're more like this, but it's just like you got some hurt, something happened, and you need to get over that. Anyhow, let's go to the next card. And this is really beautiful and wonderful. This is what needs to be liberated within you, so you can allow love into your life. And then we have the High Priestess and the Wheel of Fortune. And with the High Priestess, it's so beautiful. This is about reconnecting to your intuition, so you can rely on that, because intuition, especially for women, is our inner compass. And it can help you, it can guide you through any situation, tell you whether it's right or wrong. And, also when you are in the real High Priestess energy, in that state of mind that you really know your worth, and you feel who you are, and you're connected to your intuition again, then you also realize, and that may take time, but it's very important, I hope you will remember, then you will realize that you can attract and manifest anything you desire, as long as you believe in it. And that may be the hard part still at this moment, I think, for many of you, because you might still, I think most of you are still stuck in these two cards that came up then. But this is where you need to get into that. And then you also have to set free in yourself, liberate, finding happiness and acceptance within yourself, and also being okay with the fact that you do not have control, right? The wheel is gonna spin, and you don't know where it's gonna land, and you have to be okay with that. It's out of your hands, it's out of your control, so you gotta go with whatever happens. But you can do that when you're in this place. And when you are in the Queen of Cups place, when you can take care of yourself, you look after yourself, you know you have your inner compass and the answers on the inside, so you're going to be fine no matter what. And that's what you need to get to. Yeah, I really love that. I can really feel this energy, and I get goosebumps all over now. Are we still? Yeah. This is the last card I have for you, where you will be what you can have after you have done all that. And then we have the Hanged Man, which in this deck is the Mirror. And this is basically about surrender and being able to see things from a different perspective. Also being able to let go of whatever happened, whatever hurt you still had earlier, right, with the that Three of Swords card with the heart. Here it is, that one. So when you have actually really worked through everything, and then you can put that on that boat and let it go, and then it can just sail away, and it's done, and you can say goodbye to it, and in a way that is freeing yourself, it's liberating yourself, and it doesn't really hurt you any longer. You can just look at it and it's just okay, right? You can let it go. The emotions, the emotional load has come off it. I'm not certain if I'm phrasing that right, but I hope you get what I'm trying to say here. And then you can, then you're free. Then you're free for a new relationship. And I also feel that you will then be more stable in this energy. You won't be consumed so much anymore by this fire. Especially if this was indeed not your innate energy, you will be much calmer here. Once you work through this process, I was just thinking as I was doing your reading, this can even mean that you are now currently highly sexually driven. And sometimes we use sex and lust, feelings of lust, to work through issues or to make ourselves feel better. It might not be for every one of you, but for some of you, maybe that rings true. But I feel this is going to calm down tremendously, and actually suddenly now feels kind of tired, like, oh, I want to sleep. So if you really feel hyped up right now, and I want to create, and I want to have this, and I want to do that, and blah, 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 that will sort itself out, which might be important for you to know if that is not your true energy, right? So things will calm down if you work through it all the stuff that we discussed. Anyhow, that's all I have for you, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Right, your first card, this is you. This represents you and the issues around you, and this is Oya, and this is about change, new growth, letting go of things that don't serve anymore any longer. And that's also not a gentle change then, right? It is really powerful, very, very powerful. It's a very powerful goddess. And it says also that it's very particularly favorable to women who have need of protection and action. And she assists women in matters of equality with men. And so maybe at this moment you are in need of change, but are seemingly unable to get that change yourself, to create that change yourself. You can also call on her when you're stuck in a rut, or when you find yourself in a situation and you do not have, or feel you don't have, the resources to change that situation. And yeah, it says also that sometimes we all need to move, create movement and change in certain parts of our lives, and that can mean that you have to say goodbye to someone, or that you have to move away and or break up with someone. So I think you're in that kind of situation. Yeah, that some change is needed, and something needs to be let go of, and you find it difficult, you're struggling with it. And then we go to the next two cards, and then we have the see a similar thing, and then we have the Two of Pentacles and challenge, and we have the Five of Pentacles. So this can be that you're it can be territorial struggles. So going back and forth within in a connection or relationship, or being afraid to get involved, being really quite defensive, right, and by being that way, repelling someone else. This is about the behavioral patterns that are influencing your love life. I'm sorry, I forgot to say that. So this is your behavior. You might be too defensive, too easily triggered, too easily starting a conflict and getting involved in an argument, etc. And also with the Five of Pentacles can mean that you do not feel good enough, or that you feel that you constantly have to prove yourself. And that's, of course, lack of self-worth, right? And sometimes when you, in some relationships, you get to feel this way. And yeah, then you might actually think about leaving that situation. It can also be somewhere else. Sometimes we have friends who make us feel that way. Well, then you have to wonder if they really are true friends, if they are the right friends for you, and so it doesn't have to be about love or a partner per se, but it is possible that a number of you are actually in a relationship right now that is not working out. Right, so yeah, but if that's not the case, your behavior, that you are too easily defensive and too much feeling that you're not good enough, and trying to prove yourself, and feeling that you have to prove yourself, and so on and so forth, can also, by the way, be fear of rejection and being abandoned. And it's all lack of self-esteem and self-love and self-worth, and that the behavior that comes forth from that is really quite off-putting to a potential mate. And then we go to the next card, is the Page of Cups, and this is about what needs to further grow in order for you to find love. The Page of Cups. And that's basically, very short, is expressing yourself more from the heart. And in order to do that, you need to have more self-esteem. You need to feel good about yourself. You have to move out of the other two that we just had, out of that vibration, and feeling worthy and loving, and communicate and express from the heart. And the next position is what needs to change and process, and I'm sticking that in next to it because it really, gels together. We have the sun of life, which is standing up, standing tall, shining your light again from the heart, daring to be vulnerable. Daring to express yourself from the heart is also daring to be vulnerable. And that's because they are always, the person in the sun card, usually a child, is always naked. So they dare to show themselves, their real true selves. They believe in themselves, they feel good about themselves. I mean, look at him, he radiating. It's wonderful. So that's what needs to grow. No, sorry, this is what needs to grow, and this is what you need to process or change. And so you have to come into this, that you start believing in yourself more and feel good about yourself. and then stand up and, shine your light. What needs to be liberated within you to allow love into your life? We have the Temperance card and we have the Ace of Stones, and with this, balance. Yes, balance. You need to have inner balance, but you also need to dare to be open, to dare to enter a relationship, to commit. Especially with this, I feel this is commitment, the foundation of life. You set you sign your part of the contract, you engrave that in the stone, and the partner does that too. Commitment, right? You're going for it and you feel good about it because this is solid as a rock, right? And that's what you want, that's what you go for, that's what you exude as well, right? And that's what you then will likely also end up with. If you really believe that, and if you really have that balance on the inside, and you want a balanced relationship too, an equal balanced relationship, and playful, being able to be playful, because I always feel there's some playful here, something playful going on between these two dragons or snakes. And as they just curl around the tree, and I see you, peekaboo, that kind of stuff, right? So a little bit playful, bit of humor, and working together, and really like a team, wonderful. And knowing that you can have that, and believing that you can have that, believing in yourself, that you are able to do that, and being willing to, do you say that in English as well? Stick your neck out to be vulnerable, to enter a relationship and to make a commitment. Yeah. And then these last two cards, for you, two cards, what you will get if you do all that work. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles, and we have the Archer, which is the Chariot in Default Tarot. You will be able to be yourself in that relationship. You will be able to discover yourself more, who you really are, what you stand for, what you can do, what you like. So you will be able to develop as an individual, as a person, and you will also be able to feel you. You feel relaxed and wonderful and appreciated and supported. And with the Chariot, we see the same thing. One archer who is aiming, and these two hounds. I feel that is you and the partner, and you both are aiming for the same thing. You both want the same thing in life, from the relationship, in the relationship. And so you're, again, a team working together, supporting each other, right? And aiming for the same thing in life, which is absolutely beautiful. So this is what waits you. So it's really, really worth it to do that work. Whether it is trying to get an existing relationship to bounce back and improve, or a new relationship. But whatever, it's just wonderful. I love this. I absolutely love it. I hope you do too. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.